Hi, welcome to Mixed Media Creations with me, Creative Katie, Karen Burchill. Follow me on Instagram and see what I'm up to before it hits YouTube. www.instagram.com/CreativeKatie. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video, my YouTube channel, with all your crafty friends. Today we have Index Card a Day number 2. It's entitled Be Kind. And in it, I am featuring the technique that I teach in Mixed Media Technique Tag video number 11, Plastic Wrap Technique. If you want more information, go there. Links to the products are in the description box as usual. You guessed it, the technique that we're going to do this time is using the plastic wrap technique, and you can use any kind of plastic wrap. Apparently the stretch and cling one doesn't work, but I've used dollar store ones or whatever. So this is technique tag number 11, and I want to get this kind of effect. Now in the technique tag number 11 video, I use Dilutions paint. I use it thick, I use it thinner, I use Americana paint, I use different backgrounds, and I use metallics, I use distress crayons and Inktense blocks. So there's lots of different mediums, and I give some guidelines and little hints that go along with each of them. As I discovered them, that's where you will find all the information. So this technique, pretty much you can do it with any color medium that you have. So I want to make kind of a grassy background. So I want to be yellow-green in that area. So I'm going to pull out those colors. Maybe that yellow would be a little bit better. So I'm going to try to using the Liquitex Basics. And I know from having made the tags here that thinning the Dilutions paint or Americana paint was key to getting the effect that you wanted. This was thicker in those with on white gessoed background. This was thinner. So with the Liquitex Basics or the Artist Loft, I know that I'm going to have to thin it down because I really want to get this kind of broken glass kind of look in there. So that's one of the advantages to having the technique tags, because I have that information on the tags and I can look at it and I can know, okay, if I want this effect, how can I get that? So again, this card has been pre-gessoed, so I'm going to pull out. I do not have all these colors in with any other type of paint, so and I know it's the most common thing. So if you've got craft paints, again, watch the video, but it was all thinned. So I'm just going to spray that. I should have actually just done this in a little bit of a palette, but this will work. If it doesn't work, I know I am going to have to, it'll probably be because I have not thinned it enough. So have. Sorry, I have this tickle in my throat. Okay, so what we're going to do here and I'm going to put this on because I want it to be wetter. I want it to be thinned. I want kind of that kind of background. So now we're going to get that good and soppy, and I'm just going to pull out some plastic wrap. And I'm going to do that. And I'm thinking it looks like it's going to do what I need or want it to do. It's going to give the effect. Although I'm thinking it's looking a little light, so I'm just kind of and now comes the hard part. Once you have that, you need to walk away and you need to let this dry considerably. You can't take the heat to it because it's got the plastic wrap on it, obviously. So now you just wait. So while that's drying, what I'm going to do is pull out my gel prints and colored papers, and I want to get into kind of this color in here. I think that's going to really pop off that background, and I'm going to make some little birds with that. So I'm just going to pull out some of these, and we're going to make very simple. See, I'm liking these color combos here, so maybe that. Oh, that's kind of nice. I'm just pulling out possibilities at this stage. And as you can see in these files, I mean, I have little pieces, and I just keep them in here because sometimes that gets you. Oh, that's going to be good. They're going to be able to be used quite nicely. So they just stay in here, and I'll put a link to the video where I talk about my storage system here. My collage papers I think are going to might work really nicely in here. Okay, so I'm thinking I'm going to go with this. So, and it's just trial and error. What looks good? I want a light. And then a darker. I think I like that color. Like I said, trial and error. Oops. Okay, hopefully I have enough. And so now I just kind of want tail feathers here. I'm just, you know, very much free-forming. I'm not... This is more pink than I was thinking I was going to go. I'm hoping it's going to look good on my background. Bit of a yellow. Okay. Get some of the dark yellow here for the beak. Do a little bit more here for this one. Okay. So we are just now going to be at a standstill. But what I think I might do is put an edge on this. And these, I just have my Neocolor 2s out, so that's what I'm using. And I'm just going to do that. And I grabbed the color here, Vermilion. That might be a little too orange for me. So I'm just gonna go back in. Now the Neocolor 2s are highly, highly pigmented. They are, you know, compared to the gelatos or the distress crayons, they, you know, kind of in a whole different category. Oh, I don't know if that's, you know, I'm just going to just going to give this a coat just to make it a little stand out a little bit more. I don't know if that's This isn't exactly going the way I wanted to in my head, but you know, just keep working it. Once we have the background, I may decide that it's not quite dark enough. So I'm going to think about my options and we'll be back. As you can see, I've changed the color. I've gone with the burgundy. I'm much happier with this. So I'm just going to push that to the side. Here is this. Now it's kind of soaked through the card a little bit. And if your substrate isn't as, you know, that. So what I'm going to do to try to speed this along, maybe an epic fail, is I am going to pull this back and see if I can trap it. It's maybe, yeah, it's kind of globby enough. It's tacky enough, even though it's not dry. It's not going to, the card is quite damp. I need to frame this a little bit, so I'm gonna do this in black just to get going. It just stops it from floating off. And hopefully you can see how the difference that makes. So now I'm just going to do the same to this. There will be black in my quote. So it's good that it's going to be instantly. This is looking better than it did before. It's kind of a weird color combo. Not in my usual wheelhouse. Whoops. I hate when that happens, but you know what? It's all part of it. I'll probably cover that up with the wing. So I'm going to finish doing all these little bits. You don't need to watch me doing that, and I'll be back. All the little bit of shading in the black just has really added to it. So now I'm just going to take these out and I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to put it under. kind of the easiest way, I think. To get the job done. Put that on. Oops. Oops, that's... Instantly it looks better when it has an eye. Has some personality. Fine liner bottle. That. And that. Okay, that's looking good. I'm liking this. Okay, he's looking very cool. I'm liking this. So now, you know, I think I'm just going to continue. So again, in here I just have black acrylic paint that I've thinned down till I get it to a good consistency. And that's, you know, I can't give you a recipe because all the paints are different depending on which one you use. You know, I just try to do what I want to do with it, and if it works. You don't want it too runny, you don't want it too thick. So now I have some of my stickers that I created. And I'm just trying to find something very small. There's not a lot of room on this. Now this I put through my laser printer. It's sticker paper. I just bought this at the dollar store, but I'll put a link to what I can find. Yeah, I think I want it down there. A little bit of black. Just to make it match and look like all the other elements. For whatever reason, it didn't quite print. And that might be the difference of, you know, the sticker paper that you get from the dollar store and a brand. So and there we go. I'm just going to put number 2. Be kind.